Take me like a lover, throw me on the bed. Anyway, speaking of taking it deep, I want to talk about this new trailer for Star Wars because there's a lot of speculation. Now, I honestly think, I think they took my idea. I really do. I think they stole my idea, which they can have, especially after Episode 8. Fuck you. Now, if Rey turns out to be Luke's daughter, eh, eh, I don't like that idea. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I think that Rey is Han and Leia's daughter. And then you see, they actually showed Leia and Rey hugging. Now, it could be her daughter, it could be her niece, I don't know. But I think you could easily retcon that concept uh, into the story. Now, I know Dickhead fucked everything over. But let's go through it. In 7, we see that Han basically had left Leia. Basically, he abandoned her, seemingly to go in search of the Millennium Falcon. Okay, well, what if his daughter, his twin daughter with Kylo, because keep in mind, Luke and Leia were twins. Leia would probably have twins too. That was always kind of the idea. So if you had those two as twins, okay. So let's say a very, very young Rey was on the Millennium Falcon as it's being stolen, and Han is like, holy shit, our kid's on the fucking thing. You know, it explained why he abandoned Leia to go in search of the Millennium Falcon. Because it's like, okay, it's just a ship, dude. You got enough money, you could build another one. Or you could buy another one. You know what I mean? Maybe not another Millennium Falcon, but you know what I mean. So it's like, why did he abandon everything, essentially, seemingly, leave Leia the way he did to go in search of the ship? Well, he wasn't. He was going in search of their daughter. Because when you see when you see Han and Leia hug, embrace, it would put it into a whole other perspective. That they actually found their daughter. Now, you don't really see that. They don't really show that. They don't really do that. But you could retcon that in. Now, I know Johnson did the whole thing where it's like, oh, her parents abandoned her and blah, blah, blah. Well, she's a small child. She's not... I don't want to say she's not going to know who her parents are, but being abandoned, that could have caused a false memory, thinking, like, where are my parents? Why did no one come? Because that was the whole point. No one came back for her. So it's like, oh my God, my parents abandoned me. So you could easily work that in. You could easily work that in. So they steal the Millennium Falcon. She's on board somewhere. And, they drop her off and then fly off. Now, because the Millennium Falcon was on the same planet she was, wasn't it? So maybe it didn't just fly off. Maybe it just flew away, like on the same planet. And she saw it as like, oh, it flew away. My parents abandoned me. My parents left me. When that's not really the case. Because again, why was she and who she is in the story on the same planet with the Millennium Falcon? Or why did she end up finding the Millennium Falcon? Essentially. That could explain. You could tie all that together. Now, one of the biggest problems that I've had, why I think Rey absolutely sucks as a character, and I'm talking from me as a 40-year-old fan to little girls who want a hero. She's a shitty character, and I'll tell you why. Because no one can relate to winning the Force Lotto. She essentially won the Force Lotto. It's like, oh, I can just mind manipulate people. Oh, undo my cuffs and open the door and leave. That kind of bullshit. Where when you watch Luke, again, I use the example him in the little Bumble cave on Hoth. and he's hanging upside down, and he's like reaching for the lightsaber. You as the fan, as the person watching, you're like, oh my god, get the fucking thing. And you see the he's in the back, and he's got the blood in his face, and he looks up, and he's like, shit, Luke, get the fucking light. And then and the whole thing, it's like you're going along with the ride, you're experiencing it with him. Now they did cut, to Jabba's palace, and there was some time that as a fan you didn't get to go along with him, but he was quote unquote training. Rey never trained at all. She did nothing. Now that could explain if her and Kylo are brother and sister. The more Kylo trained, the more he learned, because they're connected. She too was gaining those powers. You could tie that all in a really nice little fucking way. And here's something else I was thinking about. Now I don't know if this would be the case, but it would be really, really cool. Back in, I think, like episode 2, I think. Yeah, it had to be 2. Anakin was poo-pooing about death and having visions of the future, so on and so forth, and Yoda's talking about, yes, the Force can show you visions of the future and stuff like that. What if, when he died, think about this, he died in what was it, 3? Well, actually it'd be 6. Was this? Yeah, 6. When he died and he kind of, fizzled away, just evaporated, what was his last words? There is another Skywalker. Now, we thought in the time, obviously it was in the time, but retconning, we thought it was Leia. There is another. Like he said to Obi-Wan, no, there is another. What if he was seeing the future? What if he was seeing Rey? Now, here's another kicker, which I guess it would work if she was Luke's daughter. But if Han and Leia never got married, then she would still be a Skywalker. Because Leia was a Skywalker. There is another Skywalker. That's some cool shit. That's some legitimately cool shit right there. What if he was seeing the future? And not just, oh, we got Leia. It's like, that boy is our only hope. No, there is another. And when he dies, there's another Skywalker. Remember that? Whatever. Well, again, that would be so cool to retcon that in and be like, holy shit. Holy shit. He was talking about Rey in the future, not Leia in the present. Dude, that's fucking deep shit. Okay? That's some deep shit. And you know what? I'm going to end right here. I'm not even going to go in anymore. That would be cool. Now, if they just make it where, like, oh, Luke banged some stupid woman somewhere and they had a child and blah, blah, blah. I kind of like Luke is like the Jesus of the story where, like, he never got married kind of a deal. And no, this bullshit, don't even get me started with all that, no. No, don't even get me started. We had children. No, bullshit. Don't even get me started with that stuff. I like the idea of him kind of being not married, not with anybody, just kind of, Where Leia went off and, I don't know, I like that idea. I think it completely works. I think every part of it works. There's a few things, like why they didn't just acknowledge it when they saw Rey. Oh, then maybe they didn't know who Rey was. She's just some random chick who happened to have the Millennium Falcon. You can maybe make that argument too. It's like, is that our daughter? It seemed like they would know, especially her being, Leia being Force sensitive. I don't know. Like, we never see Leia train. Maybe you could even implement that. The more Luke trains, the more Leia gains. She has understanding. Because obviously she Supermaned herself back into the ship. Yeah, we've never seen her train as a Jedi. Not that she hadn't. But, I mean, again, you can make that argument. Now, the only problem with that, especially with the whole Disney and the whole, you know, SJW warrior bullshit, that would make the woman look weak because oh, the man did all the training and the woman just was milking off of his success, some stupid shit like that. Which I don't even want to look at it that way because it's no. Because well, to be honest with you, that is still better than oh well, she just randomly figured this stuff out. Oh, they have a force power. No, no. Especially that one section in 7 where she's escaping the base. And it's like, oh, well, I just have this first part. Let me just start using them. Ha 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 ha. No, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. Okay? You put in my idea. You put in my idea where the two of them are brother and sister, and they're connected. So because again, you had Snoke was manipulating the two of them and putting them in like this mental force thing, whatever it was, where they were communicating with one another. Notice he wasn't really doing it with anybody else. You know, I don't know. Here's another interesting thing. What I was thinking about this. What if Luke, in all of, well, I say all of Episode 7, he was there for like what 2 minutes. What if he had been dead for years, and you were getting a force projection of him, like the whole time he was a force projection, not just oh when he showed up on the salt planet. What if he was force projecting the whole time, drinking the milk, the whole nine, just being kind of like. I don't know. Well, there was that one scene where Yoda, what was it? It was one of the new ones. I can't remember, but Yoda was in it. And he was acting really weird. Maybe that's why Luke was acting so weird. Maybe they're kind of like just because they're on a different plane of existence. It's like I don't know. Maybe they're not. They're not. First, what the hell was it? I can't remember what it was. Because Yoda appeared. He was in one of the newer movies. He appeared to Luke, was it? Yeah, with the freaking tree and the burning of the tree. And he acted really strange, like just like blah, 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 just out there. So maybe like the sensibilities are different. Because Luke was acting like that too. Again, the whole milk thing and just some of the like through the lightsaber. Maybe there was a reason for all of that. Because he was a force project. He had died years ago, and he was a force projection. Because he'd know Rey was looking for him. It's like whenever Luke needed Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan would appear. Get to Dagobah, Luke. Remember that? He just showed up in the snowstorm. Now, obviously, there was a difference between the Force Ghost and then an actual Force projection. So, again, maybe there was because they say in the trailer that no one really dies. Which I'm kind of hoping there's a cameo of Han, Ghost Han. I doubt it, but who knows? Who knows? But I do agree with Mark Hamill that it was fucking stupid. It's just dumb that the three of them didn't have him up. Fuck it, I'd even throw Lando in that mix too. And Lando looked pretty good. I mean, he probably can't. He's probably old and can't like move and shit, but facially he looked pretty good. He had a little facelift or something. Ready for the movie. He looked pretty good in that like half a second clip. I'm glad to see him back. Now, another thing, I don't know why they got to make everybody transsexual, pansexual, anal sexual. Who gives a fuck? I had no time did I ever watch the original trilogy thinking, gee, where did Lando stick his dick today? Why is that a thing today? Fuck me. Why is that a fucking thing in this universe today? Well, he's whatever sexual, he's gender fluid. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? Nobody goes to Star Wars thinking, gee, I wonder who they're fucking today. No, come on, man. Take the gay out of game. Seriously. That shit is just not needed. It's a fantasy story. It's not a sexual perverted fuck show. Like, oh, he's pansexual. He likes to bang anything. He'll bang a sock if he has to. What the fuck? Swear to God, it's shit like that just irritates me. Because again, it's like I go to the supermarket. I'm not looking and saying, "Gee, I wonder if that guy's fucking somebody in the ass tonight." Or, "Gee, the waitress at the local eatery. I wonder if she's muff diving later tonight." These are just thoughts that don't enter my mind ever, ever. Okay. And I don't understand why people are obsessed with. Well, it's I do this late at night. Who gives a fuck? I don't get it. Because what it is, people want to do what they want to do. It's fucked up as it is, and then they want people to acknowledge the fact that it's okay for them to do it. They want That's literally what this whole thing is. I don't want to get into like some homosexual agenda bullshit. And it goes with everything. It's not just gay stuff or this, that, the other, or fluidity bullshit. None of that stuff. It's people doing wrong shit, and they want to be justified for doing wrong shit. We all do it. We all do it. Okay? I eat crap all the time. I eat cookies and candy, and I want to be justified. No. No. Okay? That's what it comes down to. But I don't want to turn this into some political thing. And I don't give a fuck. You want to be all that shit? Fine, more power to you. Just leave it the fuck out of my Star Wars, okay? Again, no time was I thinking, gee, is Yoda gonna just ass rape Luke here on the fucking Dagobah system? In the middle of training, he's gonna shove a rock up his fucking ass. That thought never entered my mind once. Yeah, he was the backpack. Okay. He's dancing around and shit, beating R2 with a fucking twig. Okay, mine. Remember that? I love that scene, by the way. And he pulls out the little flashlight and looks and goes. I love that scene. His little ass is he's on his knees looking around in Luke's vittle container there. That was one of the best scenes ever. Again, it's like, at no time was I ever thinking, gee, I wonder if 3PO is gonna fuck R2 tonight. It's just robot butt sex. I never thought about robot butt sex until just today, this moment. All because we gotta be like, hey, we have to get this one there, and this minority in here, and this group in here, and oh my Christ. Oh my God. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, I think it would be really cool. I think that'd be really cool if he saw the future and it was like, there is another Skywalker. Okay. And it was talking about Rey. That would be fucking awesome. That would be up the ass, bend me over, make me squeal, slap me on the ass, make me cry. Awesome. Just gonna throw it out there. Just gonna. In fact, you want to talk about pansexual? Pansexualize that, motherfucker.